Good morning, children. Today we shall learn about the topic force and the pressure. Before we start up with the topic, I would like to list out some day to day activities. Day to day activities like as we wake up in the morning till we go to bed, we do so many activities in our daily life. We come across so many activities in our daily life, like picking up something, lifting something, lowering something, pushing something, pressing something, twisting something, like that. Can you recall the examples of pushing or pulling something? It's nothing but your door. As you wanted to open or close your door in order to get in or get out of your house, or to pick a water bottle or the required item by you from your refrigerator. For that, what you just pull the door of the refrigerator, you take the thing required by you, and then you will try to close it away. So here, with our activities, what we observe is that either we are pushing a thing or pulling a thing or twisting a thing, there is a change in the position of an object. That means force is something, it is an action of push or pull or any kind of activity. Like as I said you all, it may be a twisting or it may be lifting or it may be lowering. Whatever may be the situation, it is just setting the object into motion. That means force causes motion on an object. So finally we can define the force is push or pull on an object. Force is push or pull on an object. And force, since force cannot be seen, we can just feel the force and we can observe the effect of the force. In case of refrigerator, when we hold the door of the refrigerator and when we pull it out, it gets opened. There is a change in the position of the door of the refrigerator, and then when we push it in, it will be closed. That means we can feel the presence of it. We cannot see the force. We can even see the effect of the force over there. Okay, so push is nothing but a force to move an object away from the our body. Push is nothing but, now the refrigerator door is being pushed away from us. When we pull it, the refrigerator door came towards us. And sometimes there are certain activities which we do in our daily life is a combination of both push and pull, children. Example, playing a guitar, sawing the wood, scrubbing the floor, rowing the boat. In case of playing a guitar, what we will just move the strings of the guitar, we will just push them ahead and pull them back in order to provide a melodious sound. Now let's move on to the next situation, that is force causes some effects. Okay, force causes some effects. What are the effects force causes on an object? Before we go with the effect of force on objects, for a force to be acted or force to be acted on an object, the object should be in interaction with the person who is applying the force, or the thing from which the force is being experienced. Okay, now as I said you all, push or pull an object on an object is called force. Force comes into play due to interaction, and an interaction on an object with another results in force between the two objects. When there is an interaction between two objects, like your hand and the refrigerator, when they are in interaction with each other, what happens? There is a resultant force, that is either push or a pull. Now you could see some examples in the form of diagrams here. A person is trying to push the car, a car being pushed by the man. The person's body is in contact with the car, and when he is trying to apply force, what is happening? When he apply the force required, when required amount of force is applied by him, the car starts moving. The girl is trying to pull a chair. When required amount of force is being applied by the girl, the chair can be pulled ahead. It's not only that, children. When interaction is there, what are the effects caused by the force? Let us look into it. The effects caused by the force are, it will first either change the object which is in rest into motion, or the object which is already in motion into rest position. Here you could see a person pulling the box which is in rest position. Since he is applying some force on it, he is able to pull the box towards him. And the child is playing with the tire. What he is doing, he is moving the tire he is changing the direction of the tire, he is controlling the speed of the tire, he is increasing or reducing the speed of the tire. Not only that, the force can change the size of the object. If you take a rubber band in your hand, try to stretch it and leave it, you will find there it is going to restore its original position. When we apply some force on it, it gets stretched, the size of it is going to increase. And when we apply force with our hands on a dove is going to get a desired shape. When we roll on a chapati roller, there also you can observe this, we can give the desired shape for the for making the dove into roti or something. Let's move on to the next topic, that is more knowledge about the force, that is exploring the forces. When we are talking about the exploring the forces, so far what we have studied about is, we have learned about the definition of force, that force is a push or pull on an object, and for a force to be applied, there should be interaction between two bodies, and then when the two bodies are in interaction with each other, force is going to cause some effect. The list of those effects are, force can move a stationary body, that means the body which is in rest can be moved, and force can stop the moving body. In these two cases, I can explain you with an your favorite game, that is cricket. Suppose a ball is being thrown, it is hit by the batsman. When he hits it, what he will do, he will change the direction of the force on the ball, as well as the speed of the force is been increased. That means the direction of the moving object is changed, and the speed of the moving object, that is the ball, is being changed. Whereas a fielder who takes the catch reduces the speed of it, as well as catches the ball and stops the ball. That means the moving object is being coming to rest position. And here there is, as I said you all, this one cricket example will show you that force can change the stationary body, stop the moving body, change the direction of the moving body, change the speed of the body, that it may be increase in the speed of it or decrease in the speed of it. Not only that, it can change the shape of the moving body. Are you all understanding, children? Yes. Now, let's learn about the types of the forces. There are so many types of forces. Okay. What we know, like muscular force, frictional force, magnetic force, electrostatic force. Like that, when I ask you for the types of force with your previous knowledge, you may answer. But actually, types of force is of only two types. One is contact force and other is non-contact force. Rest all examples what we said can be categorized under these two forces as examples of force, children. They are not the types of force. Types of force is only two, that is contact force and non-contact force. Coming to the contact force, it is again subdivided into two. That means it is having two examples in it, or two types in it. Contact force, that is muscular force and the frictional force. Force due to the action of muscles. It may be pushing, it may be pulling, it may be lifting, it may be rolling, it may be pressing, it may be twisting, anything it can be. Where we apply our muscular force, such force is called as muscular force. understanding children, where we apply our muscular energy, that is called the muscular force. Coming to the frictional force is a force which is going to act in the opposite direction. Here you are seeing two boys trying to push the box. When they are trying to push the box, they are applying force in the opposite direction, and they are applying in one particular direction where the object has to be moved. Now the box is moving in the direction of force applied, but it resists for some time when it is being stopped, when the external force is stopped. Otherwise the boys, when they try to stop the applying the force, the box is going to stop, because the box is in contact with two things here, that is with the hands of the muscular force of these two boys, as well as the contact area, that is the surface area of the floor. That means it is going to experience the opposite force from the surface area where the object is placed. That particular force is called frictional force, children. Coming to the non-contact force. Non-contact force is nothing but force experienced by bodies even if they are not in interaction or not in physical contact with each other. They are in interaction with each other, but they are not in physical contact with each other. The examples of non-contact force are magnetic force, electrostatic force, and gravitational force. Coming to the magnetic force, you all play with the magnets. We try to take a magnet, and when we bring it near the magnetic substances or any metals, it tries to attract them, and if we try to move it, it is going to move. So force exerted by a magnet is called the magnetic force. Electrostatic force is caused due to the transfer of charges. Here the charges, what happens to the charges here, when an object is rubbed against another object, one object is going to lose charge and the other object is going to gain charge. Here when we try to comb our hair with a comb, the comb is getting rubbed against our hair, and what is happening to the comb is losing the charge and it is becoming positively charged, and when it is brought near the bits of paper, it is going to attract those bits of paper. So force exerted by a charged body on another charged body, then it is called the electrostatic force. Gravitational force, this is very interesting force, children, which makes us surprised that how the buildings, things around us are in their own position. This is due to the invisible force which is acting by the surface of the earth, that is the gravitational force, and every object in the universe is going to attract every other object, children. That makes those objects stay in their places. This attractive force exerting between the different objects, two different objects, is called the gravitational force. Now let's recall what we have discussed about the differentiation between the contact force and non-contact force. Contact force, the force applied on objects when they are in contact with one another, is called contact force. Non-contact force, the force applied on an object when they are not in contact with each other. Coming to the examples of contact force, muscular force, the force caused by the action of muscles is called muscular force. Example, pulling of bullock cart, bullocks try to pull the cart, boy pushing the table, fielder throwing the ball, like that many more examples you can list it out. Frictional force, the force acting between two surfaces when they are in contact with each other, like a football kicked rolls on the floor, or any rolling object that rolls on the floor is going to stop by itself after rolling for some time. That is due to the frictional force. Coming to the examples of non-contact force, magnetic force, force exerted by a magnet on a magnetic material or on another magnet also. Electrostatic force is a force exerted by the electric charges, as I mentioned you, positive and negative charges. When they are rubbed against, it may become positively charged or negatively charged. Finally, the gravitational force, which is an example of non-contact force, force of attraction between the two objects. Hope you all understood the types of the forces, children. We shall discuss about the pressure and its relation with the force.